So today we're going to be doing some counting for years. So in counting, there's two different things that we need to know, as there's something called permutations, and combinations. Write that a bit neater. Combination. Okay, so permutations and combinations. So combinations might be familiar to you. You might be thinking, what is permutations? So before I actually get into that, I want to explain to you what counting is. Okay, so what is counting? What is counting? Well, counting is basically you're counting the number of outcomes you can, right? So say if I have like 5 ways to choose a drink, all right? So say here 5 ways to choose a drink, okay? And I have 3 ways to choose a let's say appetizer. Okay, and you want to figure out how many choices can I pick. Well, you see you have 5 here, right? And you have 3. So all you're going to do is just going to multiply them. These two numbers, you're going to multiply them 5 times 3, which is equal to 15. Okay, so that means there will be 15 options to choose from. Okay, so that is just the basic way of counting. Okay, so now let's talk about first let's talk about the permutations first. Okay, start off with permutations. So let me clear that. All right, so then permutations. Let me write up here permutations. Okay, so for permutations, you're basically saying you're trying to find out how many ways can I so how many things can I pick from n, how many ways can I arrange r number of things from n number of things. So basically saying if I have 5 friends and I can only choose 2 of them, how many ways can I choose 2 people to take to the movies with me? Okay, so basically it'll be 5 choose 2, or actually I'm gonna write 5 pick 2 for permutations. Okay, for permutations, ordering does matter. Okay, ordering does matter. So let's go back to my friend's example. And does it matter, like if I pick one friend and another friend, does that matter? Or does who I pick matter? Well, it's who I pick matters, right? So that means it will not be permutation. So I'm going to name my example as example 1, and that is not permutation. Is not a permutation because ordering does not matter, right? So this is not permutations. Okay, but I'll give you one. So let's say if I want to create a password and I can use the numbers 0 through 9, I'll do that in a different color. If I do 0 through 9, right? Then that will be permutations. This would be permutations. So I'm gonna say yes, this is a permutation because ordering does matter in this case. Okay, all right. So now in permutations, there's also another so you have between permutations and combinations, right? Permutations, you can have permutations with repetition or without repetition. So we'll have with repetition, meaning it repeats, you can repeat, and you'll have without repetition. Okay? So you have with repetition. I'm going to shift that, and then you have without repetition. Okay? So then with repetition, let's actually start off with without repetition. So without repetition, then I can use a formula as n factorial over n minus r factorial. Now you might be thinking, what is factorial? Factorial means, so if I have like 5 factorial, right? That means it'll be like 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. If I have like 7 factorial, it'll be like 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. You get the point, right? That's what factorial is. So n factorial, where n is going to be the number of like things you have, like number of things. So if I have like 5 people and I choose 2, right? 5 would be my n. So number of total things. Okay, I'm just gonna say, okay? And then r, I'm gonna write my r over here. My r, that's going to be number of slots I have. Alright? Number of slots. Okay? So then for that, then after that, I also want to mention one thing to you. If I have 5 items, right, and I want to organize them in 5 different slots, so I have the same number of things that I have in the same number of slots, right? So I have 5 slots, and I have 5 total items, okay, that I want to arrange in them. That means it'll just be 5 factorial, okay? It'll just be 5 factorial, which is 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Okay, that will be the product of all of that with the number of permutations or number of ways I can arrange it. Okay? Alright then. Let's talk about with repetition. With repetition. Alright, so we're going to be doing with repetition. Okay? So with repetition, you're basically having, let's say, I play 6 soccer games, and each of them have 3 outcomes: a win, a lose, and a lose, and a draw. Okay, so you have a win. You have a win, a lose, and a draw per each game. Okay, and I played 6 games, so basically, I'm saying 3 options to the power of 6. Okay, so you know which is equal to 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 and times 3. That's 6 times. Okay, that would be the total of number outcomes. Okay, same thing here. You can say if I have 12 people on one team and 12 people on the other team, and each person handshake high fives the team and your team, okay, then how many handshakes are going to be? So we know that there's going to be 12 people on the other team and 12 people on our team, so I multiply them, I get 144 handshakes. Alright? So it's just as simple as that. So let me just get rid of this, alright? So we can continue. So with repetition, that's for with repetition, okay? And let's do a quick review on without repetition. So without repetition, okay, without repetition. We will be using the formula n factorial over n minus r factorial, where n is the, I meant to put it outside the parentheses, where n is going to be total number of things you have, and r is going to be the number of slots you have. They are arranging them in, okay? Alright, and in the next video, we're going to be talking about combinations, which is where ordering does not matter, okay? So make sure you watch that video.